No one can argue with anything I have said till now. It is obvious that we should be recycling all our waste food and manure, rather than let it make methane in landfill. But some people may not agree with what I do next. I look at my friends' gardens, and they are so neat and tidy, with plants laid out in a nice grid, with rows 143.2 millimeters wide and plant spacing of 98.6 millimeters, just like an army parade ground. But I'm interested in how other cultures grow their food, and have been to many traditional societies in Africa, the Americas and Asia. They have a totally different philosophy, and will pull up a plant and replant it with another plant, maybe a different species, so it is all higgledy-piggledy. But some of these societies have been growing food sustainably for thousands of years, as was documented in farmers of 40 centuries. This is really a question of personal choice, but I rather like the random approach, planting multiple species of plant at the same time, knowing full well that some will grow and others will fail. I call it Darwinian gardening. But I do suggest this for schools. There will always be some plants which will grow, and a bit of success is important for the kids to remain interested. It is also quite fun seeing which species grow or fail. I typically leave some plants to reseed for the next generation. Very satisfying to grow your own seed, but no real point, as I can buy seeds either from a seed shop, but to actually go to the health shop where they have a wide variety of weird seeds to eat. But typically they will grow quite happily, and they're cheap. The aim is to grow natural pre- and probiotics, which mean that we cannot use any toxic chemicals. They may or not hurt us, but they do hurt the biology we are trying to grow. These chemicals do work, no doubt about it. They may or may not cause us harm, but they certainly damage the biology. That is what they were developed to do. To try and grow plants without toxic chemicals creates the two major problems of weeds and pest. While I have no complete solution, this is the method I use, which enables me to cope. I simply add a mix of soil, compost, minerals and a mix of seeds to add to the top layer of the beds. This compensates for the level of my beds dropping as the organic matter in the layers break down below. I make my mix with 3 buckets of soil, another bucket of compost. I'll take out all the large creatures like worms and the soldier fly larvae, which, at least in Queensland, always find any compost, plus a whole mix of various seeds, plus some biomin, which is a mix of rock dust minerals inoculated with biology. I just mix this all together with water to make a nice messy slurry, typically by hand, as I find this works best and avoids damaging any creatures which I missed and would be killed by hard tools. I let this stand overnight so the water soaks into the seeds, and the next day I spread the sludge on the surface. With a big bed I may use the back of a rake, but on small areas I just spread by hand. In summer, in my hot, dry, windy climate, I find I need to sprinkle the beds until the seeds have germinated. In cooler times, there may be just enough water in the slurry for germination. With the Gbiota or wicking bed, we water from underneath, so the surface should be dry. This is very useful, as weed seeds are less likely to germinate. But when we are seeding, we need to check the surface moisture to make sure our seeds germinate. Once they have put down roots, they will grow, even when the surface is dry. It is best to avoid wetting the surface, as this helps to control weeds. To see all my videos and articles on how to build and operate Gbiota beds, go to www.gbiota.com.